Hi Libra, welcome to your weekly reading for May 30th to June 5th. Let's see what we have coming up here for you this week. So I feel like, there's a lot of unexpected changes that may have happened and are happening. Will be coming up here for you. And I feel like it's going to feel maybe a bit unexpected. It's going to feel like, you're being guided into a completely different path from what you originally thought that you were going to be taking. Or maybe what you have planned out for yourself. So I feel like, though, there's something here about, trusting the detours, trusting the alternate route, a different path. It's just that, like a change. It's a change that feels like it's unexpected. I feel like this is something you have been going through already, but I also feel like things are starting to make more sense as well. And I feel like there's something here about learning to go with the flow, learning to follow one's intuition over some concrete laid out plans. Yeah. I feel like these next 6 months are going to look very different from the past 6 months. Very interesting message. Let's see what this week has here for you. Your tarot. I feel like this is a time where your connection with yourself is deepening on a level that, is again, unexpected. But it's like you're being guided onto a path where you will have this space to be able to get to know yourself on a deeper level in a way that you may not have had the opportunity to before. So I feel like that may be some of the guiding force or the catalyst behind where you're being directed into. It's like you're almost like Spirit is kind of like sending you on a path where it's like, here, you kind of need to get away from these people or get away from this lifestyle or this career or whatever change is happening. It's for the purpose of you having this space to see yourself in a different light or to see yourself more clearly. Because it could be that some of the influences or the energies that we're surrounded by and have been surrounded by for quite some time could have been the almost like a blockage or, something that really prevented us from being able to see things clearly. So I feel like that's why it's kind of important to follow the intuition and follow the flow where we are being guided, because it is helping us we're being guided into a path that's going to help our soul to grow. Okay, Queen of Cups. Let's look into the Queen of Cups here. So this is all about authenticity. This is about exploring new talents, new gifts, and things that we're passionate about. I feel like, it's like the more that we get to know ourselves, we discover different interests that we have that maybe we weren't really allowed to explore. I kind of feel like there may be some things in the past that we may have had to turn off or shut down. And there's like this reemergence of things that we just really, there's awakening happening on an emotional level, there's like a fire that's reawakening in us, especially if that's been shut down in us in the past. That is starting to emerge now. I feel like that's going to actually take more center stage than it has before. I feel like it may have taken a back seat to maybe, you had to focus more on your career, you had to go to school, you had to study, you had to like build something. So a lot of that energy was, a lot of your energy may have been, your focus may have been on like in the mind space, things that are practical, logical, and needing to kind of put aside the things that we're passionate about or we want to do creatively or yeah. So this is all about our own sense of fulfillment and happiness and joy. This is about paving a new kind of path for ourselves and asking ourselves, what do we want? What is going to make us happy? Yeah, and so the Page of Swords, so this is about learning and understanding, learning a new way of being, learning a new way of doing something. So I feel like maybe this week there's going to be an exploration. There's going to be a focus on that this week. So you may be guided this week to kind of take a vacation or to go check out some unique part of town or to try a new food, try a new restaurant, or pick up a new hobby. So I feel like that's going to be there for you this week. This is all about getting to know yourself on a deeper level and really understanding what do you authentically love to do or what do you authentically like. Because in a bigger sense, in a more, if you take like a zoom out, the whole point of the journey for you right now is to get to know yourself or connect with yourself on a deeper level, more than what you have before, or just kind of like, if you're already on that path where you feel pretty connected, it's just another layer that you are uncovering about yourself. So that's where you are right now. And I feel like that part is vital for your journey forward. There's something that you are needing to unlock before you can move forward. So this is about extracting information, extracting knowledge about yourself, about your journey, about your path in order to move forward in your life. Seven of Swords. What do we need to know about this? The Ace of Wands and the Two of Cups. Okay. What do we need to know about the Seven of Swords? I feel like there's a bit of an avoidant energy to the Seven of Swords here. Okay. And you have the World card for the Seven of Swords. So there could be some dynamic or a relationship or a connection, a deeper connection with someone who, this is, okay, that makes sense. So, it's like the reason we are on this journey of discovering more about ourselves and connecting with ourselves is because the more we do that, the more we are able to connect deeper with a connection that our heart and soul truly want. So we're becoming unblocked. The layers are shedding. They're coming off. To be able to reacquaint ourselves with our soul, our spirit, because I feel like there's a connection here that in the past we may have avoided or we may have walked away from in the past because it resembled too much of a deeper part of us and may have triggered a deeper part of us. And take this as it resonates. It could be someone that you're connected to as well. So, but I feel like there's an ending to that. There's an ending to this avoidant energy, this avoiding of, not wanting to connect to those deeper parts of themselves for whatever reasons that they have. So this is about spirit kind of encouraging someone to first connect with themselves so they can better connect with a connection that is actually truly meant for them, that is fulfilling for them. Because someone could be in connections where, they get in these connections. I feel like I'm seeing this for someone very specific, but I feel like they get in these connections. And at some point, it just doesn't feel fulfilling. There's something missing. And what's missing is them. What's missing is their reflection in the connection. Not being able to sense their own presence in a connection, like very almost detached a bit. And so at the same time, someone also craving that, but also kind of avoiding it at the same time. So there is an ending to that chapter. But first, in order for that chapter to end, in order for that healing to happen, there is this inner journey of really getting to know oneself. So those layers can come off, those protective layers can come off. And by doing that, brings them closer and closer to connections, relationships that resonate and match them on an authentic level. And that's an awakening of their passions. So this happens in a gradual process, one thing at a time. So first, sometimes it may show up as interests, or things that we used to love to do when we were young, things that we may have not been able to do because, we're required to have other responsibilities or obligations to things. So it'll show up first like that. It first will show up in smaller areas in our life, but then that will crescendo and it will continue to grow. So it's important to not stop the growth process. And I feel like with this flow card is encouraging someone to go with the flow of what their intuition is kind of guiding them towards, even if it doesn't make a whole lot of sense or we don't see the final outcome of something. I feel like listening to the intuition is going to be important on this journey because it's leading you to your wholeness and then to connections that mirror that wholeness. Honestly, I don't even feel like I need more cards for this. I'm going to move on to the Lovers because then we have this. I did hear Divine Union when I put this card down, but this could also be partnerships. This could be a connection, a balance between our masculine and feminine energies within us. This is about balance and grounding. And when we're in harmony within ourselves, then we can attract things that feel are in harmony with our life path. So this is that path for you. I mean, this is that road that you're on to the inner harmony. Yeah, the Hanged Man. So if there are delays or it's like you're being it's almost like someone is being forced to look at or not avoid, not run away from this experience or this journey. Someone is spirit. Life is kind of guiding someone to change their perspective, to change the way that they handle things, the way that they approach things. And again, this could be someone else. This could be someone that you're connected to. But it's almost like change your tactics, change the way you do things, the way you handle things. I feel like someone here is being guided to come out of self-protection type of defense mechanisms and more into a state of willing participation. I hope that makes sense. I feel like, there may have been for example, we may have picked up on certain habits or certain ways of coping with things when we were kids, like the way we deal with things, when obstacles arise, when challenges come up. And I feel like maybe some of those had to do with kind of running away or avoiding or, numbing out or going in another direction or just avoiding something in a different way. So whatever defense mechanism or tactic we use to not look at something, that is what is being called to change. That is what I feel like spirit is guiding someone to make a shift there so they can feel more in harmony and balanced within themselves. And some of you may also be working with other people as well, or someone who is going in on this journey may be working with other people. So maybe you're working with a coach or a spiritual healer or I feel like there's this collaboration with other people that or finding a new community that can help someone to really understand this journey that they're on, because I feel like this is a new thing. It's like I feel like someone is coming into connections with different kinds of people that they have not been really connected to before, and helping them to see life in a different way. It's helping them to open their eyes up to a different way of life or a different way of looking at something. So this is how they're really expanding their knowledge, especially with that Page of Swords. So this is all about learning something new, understanding something, exploring something, trying to get to know the language of this world. I need to know about this Three of Pentacles. I'm also feeling like with this journey, someone is also going to change, not necessarily change their career, but it's going to influence their work in some way or another. So someone could be in a specific field of work And this new perspective or this new journey that they're on is going to contribute to how they approach their work. So they may take like a different spin on it, or they may, go down a different avenue where it could still be in the same field, but just different, because of this newfound enlightenment or awakening or self-development, like this knowledge, this, adding on an extra layer of substance to what they already know. It's adding on to into their work. It's inspiring their work in some way. So not only is it inspiring their own world, their own inner world, but then that's also translating into what they do, what they contribute out into the world as well. So, see, this part with the Five of Swords and the Death. This is, again, someone kind of putting an end to connections that have a tendency to derail them or kind of take them away from something that is not totally in alignment with themselves. So with that Five of Swords, this card is in general the card of deception. And I feel like there is something, this transformation that someone is going through, like seeing things in a different light or understanding things in a different way, is causing someone to make a transformation or changes in the people that they surround themselves or the influences that they're around, because they're kind of noticing how different they feel when they're not around certain people or certain types of even ways of thinking or different ways of perspective. Because with this Hanged Man, I'm really seeing someone changing just their view on life, on the world. And so they may start to see how some of the people that they're around are, they just see life differently now. And so they're no longer resonating with the way that other people are looking at things, and the way that they also cope with things, or the way they kind of handle problems, maybe have more in line with the way they used to handle things or the way they used to deal with things. So there is a dissonance happening there between the connections that they used to have, the older connections, the older relationships with someone here. So that's definitely changing. And I feel like someone is also being guided to spend more time with themselves, spend more time alone, because then you have more clarity. You have more time to really understand what do you think, and not what does someone else want you to think. So there's a change happening there as well. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Clarify the 10 of Wands and the Hierophant. One more for the 8 of Wands. And the Page of Cups. I feel like someone here I feel like with the Hierophant, this feels like commitments. This feels like obligations, because the Hierophant can also be, our commitments or attachments to authorities or to traditions or to things like being a part of a community or being a part of something bigger. But we have the 10 of Wands with it. So I feel like there's something here that is coming to an end. There is something that we have outgrown, a weight that can no longer sustain the way in the direction that we're growing in. And I feel like there's maybe some kind of opportunities or assistance that's going to help someone have that new emotional new beginning. There's something coming in here for someone with the 8 of Wands, like some kind of assistance, some kind of help. This could also be someone kind of putting out a prayer or a wish of, some kind of assistance to help them release the old, help them to break away from what no longer serves them. Someone here is really wanting a new beginning. They're wanting a fresh start with the Page of Cups. They want to kind of wipe the slate clean. We have one more here. I love this breakthrough, Ace of Swords. So that's very reassuring here. I feel like someone here either will have an idea or something will come to them that will help them to navigate themselves out of this 10 of Wands kind of energy. And it will help them to have that new beginning, that emotional new beginning here. I do feel like you're protected. I feel like someone here is definitely protected. I also feel like there's a sense of destiny to this Ace of Swords as well. So that sometimes helps to know that we don't have to cling on too much or worry too much if something is going to happen or not, because if it's destiny, it'll happen. If it's meant for your path, it's meant for your growth, it will happen, especially if you're on that path and that's kind of what you're putting your energy into or what you're being guided towards. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why you're being guided in the way that you are, or why things are changing in the way they are. It's not for any reason. It's not for no reason, right? Like there is a purpose to it. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify this. So this is about stability. This is also about protecting one's energy here. Protecting what one is trying to build for themselves. This is also about, I feel like with this Four of Pentacles, this may be a good week. I really see someone kind of trying to get away or taking some time off or just kind of going somewhere, like going on a vacation or maybe even taking like a solo trip. But I really feel like someone really wants some time to themselves, actually. Here, the Knight of Pentacles, yeah. Helping them to kind of start to build this new beginning for themselves. So kind of detaching. I feel like this Four of Pentacles is a self-protective energy to help them detach from things that may feel draining. And detaching that energy to kind of hold on to their energy is helping them to build in another direction. Okay, let's do a guidance message here for you, Libra, for this week. Yeah, I feel like this is a priority here for you right now, peace. And I feel like this is also a way of how you can really manifest and create the life that you're wanting right now. So I feel like you're prioritizing your peace. You're prioritizing your inner peace. Solitude seems to be a really strong energy that's I'm sensing a lot here for you, Libra. And this is you kind of in that egg, you are incubating, you are forming. And I feel like you're going to be born into something very, very, you're going to feel beautiful from the inside out. I mean, you're always beautiful, Libra, but it's like you're going to feel it though, And I feel like you're going to it's going to really help you you're going to own this journey of yours. That's kind of what this is about for you right now. It's like you're owning the journey that you're on. You're accepting it. The more you understand, it's almost like the more you understand it, the more on board you're going to be with it. The more you're actually going to really like it. The more you're going to really want these changes. Because there may have been resistance in the past of, no, I don't want things to change. This is what I planned out for my life. This is what I wanted things to be like. But I feel like, over time you may have been shown how some things we kind of just accept. It's almost like we convinced ourselves we liked. Because we just accepted that this is the way things are. And so there's like a new world that opens up to us, and we see that we have other options, we have other choices, that there is a depth to life that maybe we haven't explored yet. And I feel like the more you explore that depth, the more intriguing it becomes, the more interesting it becomes to you. And it really opens you up to a side of yourself you didn't know you had. Okay, let's do an animal message here for you, animal guidance for Libra this week. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Clear out the clutter. I would say that this week, the main energy that I'm picking up on is like peace, solitude, kind of being on your own, taking care of yourself kind of thing. There is also, I feel like a lot of you are going through a heart chakra awakening or heart chakra cleansing and clearing. So there may be some moments where you feel deeply emotional, or you're feeling a little bit pulled down, or a little bit like there's a lot coming to the surface. And just know that there's a lot clearing out in that heart space. And being able to know that in yourself will help to not try to numb it out or run away from it, because maybe if we kind of experienced that in the past, I feel like there's a lot of breaking away of old ways of kind of handling things or dealing with things, and take that as it resonates. It may not resonate for everyone, but I do feel like as this transformation is happening, you'll see a change in yourself as well, in the way that you take care of yourself, in the way that you approach certain things that kind of come up for you. You may find that, instead of like if there's an uncomfortable emotion, that you practice more of self-love and compassion towards yourself. So that's a really beautiful thing that you're going through right now. And I think that this week is really about your inner peace and your solitude, and really finding time to have clarity and to be able to think be able to think with a clearer mind, without the influences of other people around you. So I think that's going to be really important here for you, Libra. You have a beautiful week ahead. I hope you find that time to rest and rejuvenate. And if this reading resonated, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for next week. Bye, Libra.